How we doing on the stream quality? It's not looking that bad. It's only the 89, so if I were to go into settings right now, real quick, stream output, let's lower this down to maybe 8K, 8, 5, 5. Okay. Does that help? See, the thing is, I'm getting good, like, strength on my signal. It's just, oh, we got the Minecraft music in the background. Hmm. Dun, dun, dun. Let's do. Okay, wet hands. I'm actually gonna have to open some stuff. Just to the side. So the first thing I want to draw is it was actually an idea I had. And it was for a dwarf. Just DND dwarf. Let's just look up dwarf for now for reference. And I'm thinking alcoholic. Okay, first things first, equip to... I'm thinking we're gonna go with starting pencil, hardcover, part 3H, blue, new layer. Y'all can't see what I'm doing layer-wise, but I'm creating a new layer. It basically means that I can, now if I were to do like something like this, I can click to hide it and it won't show up on the canvas, right? Okay, so first things first, we're gonna create a couple of like little noggins to start with. My cable's getting in the way. I should have gotten the wireless one. Okay. Zoom in on this. Okay, so usually dwarves have a really refined jawline. That kind of pops out at you, right? So I'm thinking kind of blow this out a little bit, have it be like a wide and really prognatized. Is it prognatism? Give him that big old ear. Really give like a lot of shape to the head size, you know what I mean? You want him to look gargantuan. Like, the whole idea is, I know it sounds weird to say gargantuan referring to a dwarf, but like, if they were like human size, they would be fucking wide, right? And that's kind of the idea, is that I'm trying to make him look more human. And like the, more like gargantuan in the width proportions. Okay, now we need to figure out where we're gonna put the mouth actually before we do anything else. So, usually how I determine is, you see how I have these little holes, and that's how you identify the start. This is the noggin itself. I'm gonna put a helmet on, I think. I'm gonna go with the classic like Viking horned look that isn't actually a style that Vikings ever wore. They never wore horns on their helmets. But one thing I personally enjoy, and I'm gonna put on my own music real quick just so I'm not bored out of my mind, because this is Minecraft music and I'm more of like a copyrighted music kind of listener, and I'm arting all over the place. Anyways, for all of you who don't know, I just turned 21. This is pretty nice, I will say. We're halfway done. My girlfriend just, or my fiance rather, just told me that they're halfway done. Now, this line right here actually doesn't make very much sense. First things first, we need to determine the eye location, right? I would say nose right here. It's going to be bigger than that, of course, which means eyes right there, right? That's kind of like what we're looking for. And I'm thinking we'll give him a big grin. Kind of outline where the lip will be. It looks bad right now, but trust me. Figuring out that kind of like design is really the hardest part, in my opinion, of doing art. Is figuring out how you're going to really set out the shape of this character. Because this guy especially is going to be a little bit hard to work with. It's good that I chose a high pixel count for this. 400 pixels per inch. Cubic. Right, so there's actually way more than that, but... It's a 14 by 11. Trying to get it even, too, is really hard. I'm still used to the... I'm not used to the, way this trackpad works yet. But we're kind of just trying to set up the general shape right now. It looks bad, low-key, but, like, that's the whole point, right? So, if he were to have hair, I'd say the hair would rest right around here, right? Which means you'd have a hair strand coming down right here, I'd say. This is the problem with being an artist, you know? Actually figuring out what you're trying to set out. But we're going to give him a helmet, of course. That's just to show, like, that there will be hair that comes out. God damn it. I zoomed out. Boop. So there is a roundness to the head, too. You know, so you had to kind of outline that. Give him that kind of that dorkish looking Viking helmet that they always like. I always remember the Yolks cast had a very specific like theme to it, where Simon always wore that Viking style helmet. That's what I've always kind of had in my mind, sipped around dwarves for. But we actually do have to like rough outline here, so we're gonna just pop out cheekbones for the shading later. We'll give him the mustache. Mind you, this is like not anywhere close to what they'll look like later on. It's just like kind of what we're coming up with. It's weird how it doesn't react the same way, though. It's the weirdest. The hardest part for me is that it does not react the same way as like a normal pen, so I don't get that like response from it. Okay, so first things first. We gotta decide how we're gonna do the brow length, right? So I'm thinking pop this in right here. We're trying to get some joy in these eyes, too, is the hardest part. Right? We're trying to make him look like he's happy. Yeah. Give him that pop. We're gonna have that lip pop. There needs to be like a big lip pop. Okay, we have something. See, I can see I still don't have like a mastery over like anything when it comes to this. Okay, so we know that the center of the face is going to be right around here, so we need to like properly sculpt the nose. No. Honestly, I could try to use the mirror tool, but my hand's already cramping just doing this, and I know that that'd make it worse, because I'd be like way too hard focused on making everything symmetrical. It's okay if the nose is like unproportionally large, because he's a dwarf. That's actually starting to look more and more dwarfish as we go, which is nice. Okay. Start messaging my girlfriend. Or my fiance, fuck. One day I'll get used to that. We can redo the teeth here in a minute. That's just the outline. So we're gonna give him that kind of... Something kind of like that. He's meant to look almost radish, right? Let me hide this layer so we can see what we have so far. It's actually not that bad. Give the outline of a basic beard. I'm thinking about giving him like a mechanical eye or something. Like, I could actually see this guy like having like a glass eye right here, you know? We're gonna do that, though. We need to go back to layer 1, swing it all the way back to the right. We need to work out how this will sit there. Yeah, we're gonna give it a little bit of a 3D texture, which is like hard to do when you're doing digital art. Especially, it's hard to do when you're doing like normal art, but like for me especially, I've noticed it's really not fun doing like 3D textures of any kind in digital. This is gonna look pretty cool though, I think. Long live all those lies. Tell yourself. Okay, that's a little off. I think the best thing we can do right now is first we'll do the actual bulge of the glass that's coming kind of out. No. I did it purposely a little bit off kilter from the eye sockets because I want there to be a little bit of a peak of like when the lid is closed because there's a thing in it. meant to look messy, because this is scarred. I'll need to differentiate with color later on, but so far that actually looks pretty right. I'm gonna get a little bit of a racy. Right around here, just so we can round out that edge, click this off. Touch up these edges a little bit, because we're trying to go for that same look up top too. No, that's not looking right. Starting to look more and more right. Like we're trying to give it that 3D effect. You're sad. You'll be alright. It'll take a little bit of work, but it's starting to round out a little bit, I think. That looks pretty good. Trying to give it that squint effect to make it look like the eye underneath is actually squinted from the lens being in it. Okay, so I would love to outline the eyebrows now in a different, slightly darker hue of blue, maybe. I think that's a good, robust, strong eye shape. Always sucked at doing stuff like again is the problem. No. First things first, we need to get that shape of the facial hair right on the other side too. Before we do anything else, right? So we're gonna follow this shape. There we go. I think that's fine. Click this in, pop this out, reflect this V right here. It's almost right, not quite on mark, but it's okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's actually perfect right there, I think. This is the problem with having very defined eyebrows, though, is that it's going to be very obvious if I mess them up. You know what I mean? Same with the eye. Like the eye being a little bit off kilter gives it character, but if I'd messed that up even a little bit on the squint, it would have looked wrong. Okay, back to this. Send to blue. I'm not good at doing it this way because I'm left-handed. So. That's a pretty good character design starting out, though, I will say. Like, first shot, that's a pretty impressively, like, developed character look. Let's give these teeth... I think I should shape the teeth a little bit more. See, it's too sharp of a point now. So I want to round it out to where it looks like it comes in more. It's a very important look that I'm going for. That's probably as good as it's gonna get. Just give it a basic shape for the ears for now, while we kind of sculpt the hair out. Kind of drape the hair out. Wooskies, like this. Right now, it kind of looks more like a tissue, but trust me, whenever I get fully sculpting it. Which I say sculpting because, like, right now I'm kind of more like pulling chunks of hair out rather than actually designing hair. Because I am usually pretty bad about doing hair. Let's see how it looks without all the blue underneath, though. Because usually that's something that, like, is really hard for me, you know. See, it looks so weird without the blue shadowing. Right there, especially. So far, though, it does look pretty human. Or dwarfish. Pull that ear out real quick. That looks weird. I know why, too, because the ear is meant to be right here. I'll do hair later. I gotta sculpt the hair properly with like a green outline. Let's reinforce these eyes a bit, I think. Because I think the eyes really are what are struggling now. It's also too bold. That's why I just went from a 2.1 to a 3.3. It was like a 2.7x, but still. That's up to line art now. No, not like that. I'm trying to. What I'm gonna do is, if I can. There we go. Why is it to a 4.4 now? Y'all see it went up, right? When I say stay down, you stay down. You don't go back up. Well, that's why. 2.1. Yeah, I think I need to add a little bit less, like, I need to pop this out, like, a lot. Okay, so we need to figure out a way to make this look more like damaged. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline the eye itself. I'm gonna make it look like this is sat in it. We're gonna disconnect. I like the idea of it looking damaged around it. I think it's starting to round out a bit. That eye is throwing me off. I think if we touched it up with some proper pen. We're going to go with the 2 flat. Honestly, 2 might be too much. The idea behind the current goal is to round the texture out as a whole and make it look more natural, right? Especially around, like, doing damaged flesh is very hard. I'm not really a color person either. I usually do grayscale. How does that look? That definitely looks like a scar. Let's round out that curve. Damn. Sorry, I'm listening to a song. Okay, in here. I just realized. Y'all hear Minecraft music? No. Come on. Tilt this back straight. That's terrible. You gotta get a natural curve to it. That's terrible. It's pretty close to being even. No. The eye is perfect. I just need to get that line right. How's the art going on the actual screen? God damn, I'm only getting 14. Looks pretty good in my view. Ooh, hold on. That's ugly. Oof. Bold lines are really important whenever you're sculpting at the start, I think. of me. I'm gonna move the ears down a little bit. I'm in trouble, she laid my body down. Oh. When you stop following that line, it's not accurate to what I need. The slows behind me, give your prayers and don't. Because my finger has to curve and it sucks. Ah, that was bad. Okay, I got an idea. Let's try and meet from the other end. Honestly, I kind of like that look better because it looks like he's wearing a helmet that's like a little bit crooked. Lay my body down. It's not the easiest thing to do, okay? That's bad. It's really hard to do this, man. Almost. But I hit that button by accident. That's pretty close. No. That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but like, I'm not trying to get perfection. I'm just trying to get like decent art for like the campaign that I'm running. It's honestly producing. Swinging my head through a swarm of bees, 'cause money on my table. The whole mindset, it's okay if this looks a little bit crooked because it's a helmet and it's dented. Which will intentionally do a gash right there. From a distance, not a bad sketch. Okay, so now we're gonna try and touch these edges up. That thick dark line doesn't work right there. It needs to be that thinness. We're gonna say that the shadows light from this angle. So it's these areas should actually be the brightest. Let's just undo all of the shading that we've done. Okay. Boom, light. So if the light's from this side, then that means you'll have the shadows reflected on this side. We're actually going to do this on a fourth layer. Real quick save. Name him Dwarf. Try and really rough out that dark patch where it's right below the bridge. Get underneath the eye too, really dark here. Really got to do it. I'm gonna overdo it with the shading a little bit, because I know that this is the type of stuff that really makes an art pop.
I can get you out of here.
Do you have any idea what it took to get in here?
Gone as far as you can go. Come with me now.
There's still a few million miles left to go.
It's over.
Is that the only way you can succeed, is to see me fail?
It's really weird, because it doesn't have the same responsiveness. There's a blending mode, though, isn't there? I believe there's a blender thing, yeah. That is not what I wanted it to do. Trying to line it off. Cursed. This is weird looking, but it'll look finished. I know it's just weird. Oh, how far we rose, we were bound to fall. You know this, I never noticed the clouds gather round.
Each track has a specific meaning to a specific person. There's no villager song, there's no song for killing creepers. They're all personalized. They're gonna come on when you're doing something unique. What this means is the music is the oral equivalent to Minecraft's visuals. Each world is
You
tailor-made
pray for the
it's not something
storm
that many
all
players would
your
notice, but in this way,
life.
Minecraft's music captures the essence
It's
of Minecraft.
over,
Just like your world
nothing
scene, Minecraft's music is
survives.
made for you and your gameplay. There's a reason that Minecraft's music invokes such a strong sense of nostalgia when it's played. The game and its soundtrack are truly inseparable.
And from mine, you're online. I don't think black, was ever a good option. One sketch for an hour and 12, huh? They understand why it takes me so long to do anything. I'm just a slow sketcher because I'm too, perfectionist about everything. And even then, it doesn't come out that great, So let's just turn off everything and see what the shading looks like without the without the lines. Boop. Oh! That's kind of intimidating, low key. Like, you can tell what it is, and that's pretty impressive. Ooh, that's spooky. Without hesitation, so easy for you to break my foolish heart. Now I wonder if you ever speak my name. Will I always find by mine in the eyes of a saint? I'm a stranger. This morning, no time. it's always within reach. Soft edition of. Hmm. I don't know. Doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look that right either. But the shading is off. You know what I mean? I feel like I am shading from memory of like what a face would look like. We're trying. I like the idea of mixing styles, if y'all can't tell. The more cartoony popping of a teeth line with the eyes, but then you have that intense shading that really helps highlight everything. Systems go. The roguish smile that you know he's planning to hurt you or something. He is not thinking good thoughts. He is definitely planning on how to kill you in like 20 different ways. You can tell by the oh my god, that's horrifying. That's actually terrifying. Look at that. Don't worry, children. I like the idea of just doing a little bit of art without the reference just to see what I can do. You know? Because look at this. This looks goofy. That's horrifying. Why is that terrifying? That's actually horrifying. There would be a shadow from the lip, too. Look at all that pop that gives, though, really. Like, all the jokes aside, it really does add so much depth. You ready? Boom. Hey, buddy. Tell your friends about me. In my shirt pocket. That's what it looks like without the freaking line art still. Horrifying. Try to sculpt some hair. I should probably start out with something a lot less dark. A little bit of gray. Doing my best here. It actually isn't that bad. Oh my god, Arctic monkeys. At least play Are You Mine? I don't mind. I love Arctic monkeys before I go any further. It's just they always play fucking this specific one, and it's freaking so overplayed. What is it called again? I don't like this one. Not that I don't like it, it's just that it's so overplayed that I've like blocked it out. Do I want to know? Yeah, no. Are You Mine, Arctic monkeys? I'm on a bit of straight Tracy Island. It's a really good song. We'll find a way to make this look good in a minute. I feel that the deeper, bigger strokes just look more natural, you know? Need a really, really good and heavy dark brown. I don't know, maybe filling in the cracks is a bad idea. Okay, so I'm thinking that honestly, this looks more like what I was expecting it to look like than what I want anything else to, so I think it's fine. This is something I really love to do with all of my art. Wave can't stop. Everything if it's all for you. Okay, white liner time. Should zoom in a bit. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm white lining areas just to like add a little bit of depth. Low key, maybe the line needs to be even thinner than that, though. Now that's noticeable. Let's go with about a 0.5 on this, or 1.0. Ooh, that looks kind of nice. This is what I love about white liners is that if you want to add a little bit of depth here and there, by like looking for strands, for example, you could outline the strands themselves, pop them out. And it just looks like hair now. More like hair than it did before, rather. Basically, what this does is if you zoom out a lot, it just gives the overall hair. Even now, if you look and notice, you can see the different levels of texture. Honestly, I might fill it in and sculpt the hairs, right? So basically just what I just did with the light liner. I'll do that all the way throughout. But honestly, if I could just get the rest of it to look like this right here, because that's perfect, like example of what I wanted it to look like. It's just really hard for me to do that. Mm. 24% of the frames have been dropped. That's really bad. I wasn't paying attention. That's really bad. Oh well. You can tell what it is. Look at these. You can see each individual pixel. Mind you, if I were to like, for example, boop, see, no matter how gentle I am, it's always at least 2 pixels of coverage. Doesn't look bad. Turn off versus on. It looks way more hair-like. Definitely like it with the shading more. The gradient, like lines of pin. Just adds more depth. That's a noticeable difference. Look at that. Look at that character structure. That's actually pretty good. Considering I went from this. Look at that. That actually does look pretty good. Let's add a little bit more, why not? But everyone looks like hair is the thing, and I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna turn on the slow addition to remove this, and look at what it looks like. Yeah, that's like terrible. But when you add this, nightmare fuel. Whoa. That's definitely like pretty darn good considering I only put about 2 hours in. All right, everybody. I think we got a decent amount of done today. I'm gonna take a break because I'm getting a lot of screen drop, anyways. There's only one that walks beside me.